To find the exact value of sine of 240 degrees, the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at where that angle is. So here's 0, 90 degrees, 180, 270, and if we go all the way around a circle, 360 degrees. Well, the 240 then would be over here. And to get to that third quadrant for the 240 degrees, we could say that it's from here, in standard position, go 180 degrees, and then an additional 60. So if you subtract 180, you'll get 60 degrees for this angle in here. If we then drop a perpendicular this way to the x-axis, we've then just created a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And the fact is that sine of 240 is the same as sine of this reference angle, 60 degrees, although one of them may be positive and one of them may be negative, but the numbers are going to be the same. Since this is a 30, 60, 90, I can say that the hypotenuse is 2. Across from the smallest angle, 30 degrees, is the smallest side of 1. And across from 60 is going to be the square root of 3. So now I can find out the sine of 60 degrees is equal to, well, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So that's going to be the square root of 3 over 2. Which means that the sine of 240 degrees is also going to be the square root of 3 over 2, or it's going to be negative the square root of 3 over 2. There's a couple of ways that you can find out. This angle is in the third quadrant, so that means we move to the left and move down. So that means that x is negative and y is negative, but the r is always positive. So sine comes from y over r. So in this case, the radical 3 was the length that we went down, so that's actually negative. So it should be negative the square root of 3. Now if you don't want to go through this with the y and the r each time, a faster way to keep track of that information is with a little chart like this that says all of the trig functions are positive in the first quadrant. Sine is positive in the second quadrant. Tangent is positive in the third, and cosine is positive in the fourth. And so I just remember it as a smart trig class. So if we're in this quadrant, tangent's going to be positive, but sine is going to be negative, and thus it should be the negative. And one last thing to double check. Take sine of 240, and we'll get some kind of decimal, and it's negative. And then, so we've got the negative right. Now double check that the square root of 3 divided by 2 is equal to that decimal. Yes, it is, and so we've got it.